That's right, Jason Johnson. Your quarterback is back, and your team is in the news because reportedly, man, they're in the mix for Odell Beckham Jr. Are you an OBJ fan / it doesn't matter if he comes to the Seahawks? You will be an OBJ fan. Is that how it works?
So it's more like this. I would love to see OBJ join the Seahawks so that Pete Carroll can continue to call 3 straight runs into an 8-man box with Chris Carter. Because that's all that would happen.
Okay.
OBJ would be wasted on Seattle with the current coaching staff that we have unless Shane Waldron was allowed to do what he wants to do. Now, I think it would be smart. You can't ever go wrong with that kind of talent. He doesn't have to be what he was with the Giants to be somebody of value. I mean, if you got to cover Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and OBJ, somebody gonna get their catches, right? But you'd have to have a team that is going to make use of him long term. And quite frankly, the Seahawks are not currently a playoff team. And if that's what OBJ wants, it makes more sense for him to go to the Packers. It makes more sense for him to go to the Chiefs.
Hey, y'all remember that movie, The Truman Show? You know, Jim Carrey was in that movie. Yeah. And so, see, the difference is, I think Russell Wilson, can we put that video back up again? I think Russell Wilson is in The Truman Show, except he knows he's in it. I mean, like everything in his life is recorded.
Produced.
Remember he was doing the seaside workout
It's wonderful.
Last year, and he's got the profile is just right, and he's throwing the ball. Like, he's got camera people all the time around him.
Look, that
Jason,
is called find yourself a good wife who knows about image, who knows presentation,
Look at
who
this.
cleaned up haircut.
Look at this.
And as a Succession fan, I was particularly happy with the soundtrack.
Right.
Now, it turns out I'd like to think that he's more Logan Roy than Kendall in this situation. Maybe he can hold it all together. We don't know. We don't know if he's going to stay with this team because there is no succession plan because Geno Smith would clearly be the Roman of the family or maybe Cobb.
Hey, listen, you're doing too much, Doc, because you can't, don't reference Succession around Michael Holley because he hasn't seen it, because he doesn't watch anything. I'm still trying to get him to watch The Harder They Fall. He doesn't watch anything. He doesn't watch anything.
I'm changing the
He's
channel.
too busy. He's too busy. So don't even worry about references to Succession.
Listen. I'm not too busy. I tell you, I'm going to ask you this. I tell you what I do watch. I watched The 11th Hour. With Brian Williams, I just want to ask you.
Segue.
I want to ask.
Great segue. That's really good. That's really good.
Hey,
that was
no. I gotta tell you, I learned that kind of stuff from Brian Williams because I tell you, Doc and Michael, I want to hear you both respond to this. This man really knows how to run a show, knows how to run a panel. I mean, you watch Brian Williams, and you really have to, maybe if you're not in journalism, you don't see some of the stuff that he's doing. It's almost like the boat is moving, but you don't see the oars and how he's manipulating this thing to make it look easy. He's leaving NBC after 28 years. The headline is there. Doc, I know you've worked with him before. Just some thoughts on Brian Williams and your observations on him.
So, like I said, and I was telling you guys at the break, when this news hit, I was with the president of a city NABJ, and I mean, everybody reacted to it. And there's not many journalists, there's not many anchors who, upon the announcement that they're leaving, has everybody like, no. I mean, that was the reaction. It was like, what is he doing? I can tell you all from a professional standpoint, there are 3 people who I have worked with, sat next to in this industry that have probably influenced me the most. There's Tony Harris, Al Jazeera, ID Discovery. Tony is fantastic. There's Jorge Ramos, who's honestly one of the most charismatic people I've ever had the chance to sit with, do a panel with, and Brian Williams. Brian Williams is masterful. Brian Williams is one of the funniest, most enjoyable, most authentic, most sincere professionals you can ever sit with. I text y'all, and this is not hyperbole. When you go on to set and you get to interact with Brian Williams, you feel like you're going on with Don Cheadle. You feel like you're going on with Scorsese. You feel like you're going on with somebody like, I'm going to just learn being in this room. The way he handles guests, the way he handles conversation. He's one of the most current people that you could ever hear. I mean, his joke references, you're like, how did Brian know about that? Like, how did Brian make the Nipsey Hussle reference? How did Brian make the Cardi B reference? He's just fantastic to work with. And no matter what he does, even if he just wants to chill and retire and drive around his vintage Mustangs, which is a conversation he and I have had, because I am also a Mustang owner. He's just a great guy. It's sad to see him go, but he's had an impact.
I want to say this, Doc and Michael, just the follow on this, and I'm not doing this because of shame, but it's almost like, wow, look how he handled the situation in 2015. We all know what happened. He exaggerated an anecdote. He admitted it. He was suspended for 6 months, and it looked like that his career was going the other way. I even appreciate how he handled that. And like you never want to have your credibility come into question in this business. I mean, that's the biggest no-no. But I appreciate how he handled it and how he responded, because a lot of people couldn't have done that.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. I've had personal conversations with Brian, and the advice that he has given me that I won't share here, but there are things he has told me about this business and about life that I will forever cherish. And anybody who gets the opportunity to watch him, to watch his work, to hear anything that he has to say, listen to it. Like let it pour like honey into your ears, because guys like him, I don't know that our industry, I don't know if the nightly news industry will produce any more people like him. And I say that with no criticism of anyone existing, but there is sort of an anchor prototype that Brian Williams sort of masterfully embodies. And everything from, like I said, from the way he is behind the scenes, the way he is on the camera, to the advice, to the text messages I've got from him, he's just a phenomenal person. I mean, I really, like I said, when I tell you I'm in a room full of black and brown people who, upon hearing that Brian Williams will be leaving at the end of the year, and they're all shocked and they're all upset, it says a lot. It says a lot about how you're looked at both in front of and behind the camera.
Sounds like you just worked through it, Michael. As far as tonight's 11th hour, not sure if you're scheduled or not, but I imagine that the Kyle Rittenhouse trial will be prominently discussed in the show.
Yeah.
Jason, what did you think? Two-part question. What did you think about Kyle Rittenhouse's white crocodile tears / I see a lot of legal analysts talking about that the prosecution is fumbling this case.
Right.
That they have not, and the judge, not for nothing, from day one, the judge seems like, he's on Team Rittenhouse, but that's just my observation. What are your observations about this trial and where it's headed?
Well, look, first off, the judge is doing everything short of wearing a MAGA hat. Remember earlier today in the trial, he got a phone call on his cell, which played the music, or allegedly played the music that plays when he's got on stage at Trump campaign rallies. I mean, this is the guy who says that the people who Kyle Rittenhouse shot can't be called victims.
Can't be called victims, right.
Yeah, it's very clear where this judge is. And this is an elected judge, right? So this means the community at large put this particular guy in office. I'm going to say this about Kyle Rittenhouse and Ahmaud Arbery in any of these cases. This is why earlier this year, and certain people gave me smoke for it, I do not care. I have a CPAC, right? You can complain all you want about the cynicism that black people may have towards the justice system, but this case is a reminder as to why we do. Because at the end of the day, this is why I said that Derek Chauvin getting convicted was just a makeup call. It was a makeup call. Because even white supremacy in the justice system recognizes, hey, we got to get a sacrificial lamb here from time to time. Otherwise, even the white America will recognize how rigged this system is. We've been having people protest for a year. So now that Derek Chauvin is in jail, the system is ready to go back to the way it always operated, which is getting white vigilantes off for engaging in violence.
Through self-defense. Self-defense will always fly. Always.
Yeah.
It's like it's foolproof. It is foolproof. Jason Johnson, we appreciate you, man. Are you on the 11th hour tonight?
I am not on the 11th hour tonight, although I should be on later on this week. I'm guest hosting for Ari Melber for the next 2 days, so I think they want me to come on after I've guested on
Nice.
Ari. So
All right.
I'll get in my
check you
hip-hop
out there.
check you
then.
out.
We'll check you
Are
out.
you Ed, are you dropping hip hop lines throughout that or what?
I will be dropping. I'll be dropping some hip hop lines. I will be dropping some old school
some
references. I'll be dropping some Marvel lines as well for a very special segment that I'm going to be planning on Friday.
Okay. All right. That's
There
a
we
good
go.
tease.
There
Good
we
stuff.
go.
Time variance
Got me.
authority. Time variance authority.
Love it.
You
We
had me
peeped it.
at that.
Appreciate you, Doc. Appreciate
Thanks,
you, Doc.
guys. Anytime.